Māori Cultural Center. We're in Rotorua. A lot of thermal features here.
From the Tahitian people, a group travelled over a great distance of water to their new island to travel over a great distance of water, Hawaii, which becomes the last populated island was this one here. Aotearoa is the name of the navigational technique used by our people. Out again in the middle of the ocean, we look into clouds, we look to the colouring underneath the cloud. If it's a fine day, the sun rays will bounce off the ocean, reflect to the underside of the cloud, giving a light colour. If land is present, that cannot happen. The colouring under the cloud is a dark colouring. We saw the dark colouring under the cloud, knew land was directly underneath without seeing it, coined the name Land of the Long White Cloud. Kupe arrived here 1500 to 2000 years ago. He then went back and he told all the different Polynesian islands where this island was. As a result, they began seeing migrations to this island. The first of our people began arriving during summer. You can imagine the excitement of Polynesians arriving at a time where the climate was similar to the Polynesian islands. You can imagine that excitement changing when the first signs of winter were upon us. The assumption is that we arrive once, we arrive prepared. Folks, our people travelled backwards and forwards to and from the Polynesian islands over many, many generations.
We have carvings of the different gods. All around in the circle here.
Going into the Māori Diamond School, where they're working with jade. Looking at the wood carving section.
Holding these things together and made a fishing net made up that. Made out of wood. So you can make it however long, however thick you want.
Some pieces over here that can tutu.
Yeah.
That's how you keep your legs nice and smooth.
You should feel them.
And how it stays here.
To make our way to the lookout point, because our guys do not have a set time to the eruption, If from the lookout point we can see the geysers are erupting, we'll take the shortcut and visit the geysers first.
Well, we got some geyser action going here. Usually they're off, but for our tour, they made a special point to turn them on. Where not only is the geyser erupting very well, it's also giving off that special fragrance. Some more angle of our geyser.
Now pushing it through. As the gas and steam pushes through, it breaks the minerals down in the Earth's crust. What it produces we call mud, but technically we're looking at clay, specifically kaolin clay. Kaolin, you know, as porcelain or china copper, it's the same clay. Kaolin in its purest form is white. As sulfur begins to mix in with the kaolin, all mud will begin white, pure kaolin is produced, but as sulfur begins to mix in, it starts to darken the kaolin. More sulfur present, darker the mud will be. 90 to 95 degrees centigrade. We're not going to work with it.
Still some good geyser action. This baby's been going about 30 minutes now, maybe 40.
Here's an example of the war canoe. Wouldn't it be fun to see this in action?
Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, kia ora. Kia ora. Kia ora, welcome here upon our sacred lands of Mākaraka, for our lofty mountain, Tumunui, to our humble home, Tawangahi. My name is Tūte Wharemaire, and I am the chief of the Ngāti people. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our home. Now to complete all formalities, myself and your chiefs want to go the ultimate greeting of our people we call the hungi. Simply the shaking of the right hand, pressing of noses twice, the exchanging of the words go. Chief, the name and where you come from.
Andre, from Melbourne.
The name and where you come from, Chief.
George, from Argentina.
Forward. Kia ora. Your name and where you come from, Chief.
Melbourne, Texas.
Forward. Chiefs, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the completion of the hongi simply now means you can smile, you can now laugh, you can now relax, pretend to laugh, your evening is all over. All formalities have now been complete, so really do enjoy yourself. Most of all, chiefs, you can now breathe. So what's going to happen is our maidens will come forward, select the chief, and you are to follow your chief inside our home of Tawangaherepa. Take lots of photos, lots of video footage, do ask a lot of questions. Yeah. Most of all, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your journey to our world of the Mars. Kia ora! Kia ora!
Just have to take the right path. Okay.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Nau mai haere mai. Welcome to Tawangaherepa. Tawa are the trees that surround us. Ngāhere is the forest. Pa is the village you are within. Traditionally, the poi was utilised by the warriors as a training tool. Now, the warriors would utilise the poi like so to help supple the wrist, strengthen the forearm for the manipulation of our handheld weapons. So the introduction of the musket to the Māori people is when the poi became obsolete. That is when the warriors placed it down years later. As you can see, the ladies picked it up. We swapped the rock for foam and plastic. Added style, grace, can't forget beauty, bringing more life to the words that we sing. So this hut is dedicated to the ladies. Chief, you are kindly now going to select 3 lovely ladies to learn a simple poi. What I want you to do is use your left hand, flip the ball over to your right, catch it on top when it comes back around. It should look something like this. So flip, catch, flick, catch, flick, catch. With your palms facing to the ground now, the ball will come. E rere, taku poi,
Taku poi.
e rere, taku poi,
E rere, taku poi.
Well done. Next, Yambo.
Hey!
All together now. Kia mau.
Hey!
Lovely. Ladies on kia mau, simply catch your poi, bring it to a complete stop. Smile because it's all over. Okay? So let's get ready to catch. Big loud hey. Kia mau.
Hey!
That one's another round of applause for the ladies. Well done, lady. You will see us performing the poia a little later. I hope you'll all enjoy that as well. For now, Chief, leading your tribe down to the bottom hut, lead some activities. Enjoy.
In the start of it all, ma'am, there was the Great Migration, okay, which is consisted of 7 major vessels, okay, which actually originated and descended from, or departed, sorry, our homelands of Hawaii. So all the Māori people resided on this homeland of Hawaii, and once they made their great migration, they did split off into those 7 major canoes. Okay, so if you were to ask the Māori population where we originally derived from, I can guarantee you that they'll tell you that they'll descend from one of those 7 canoes, and those created 7 major tribes. From those 7 tribes that landed here in New Zealand, Aotearoa, then split off sub-tribes. So this area here, we come from a canoe or the waka we know as Te Arawa, so the people of this area belong to the tribe of Te Ara. But from that major canoe or that major tribe then descended sub-tribes, that people slowly broke off from different journeys, I guess. So we all came in the one fleet, but then ventured off into our own separate ways, which then created those different sub-tribes. If that answers your question, mate.
Someone who can move around a little bit, alright, Chief, because there is a bit of movement in this game. So over to you. Come on, yeah.
Here's one right here.
And you?
Sorry.
Mau!
Mau!
There we go. And again. Mau!
Mau!
Mapo is right. Mau!
Yeah.
Mau! Mapo! Mapo! Mau! 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 Mapo! Mau! Round of applause, everybody. Thank you very much. Mau! 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 Give them all a round of applause, everybody. Thank you very much for playing, folks. Excellent job. Well done.
All right, what is the name of this tribe?
Kia.
Kia? All right, tribe Kia. Can I hear those 2 beautiful words? Kia ora!
Kia ora!
Okay, oh, I love the enthusiasm in this group, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Taonga Here Pa. But most importantly, welcome to this part of the village we dedicate to Te Whare o Tāne Rore, or the House of Haka. Now can we all say, Haka! Haka! Okay, now the Haka is a posture war dance prior to battle used to psych oneself up physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Secondly, it is used to strike fair and roll opponent's eyes so battle no longer takes place. Okay, 9 times out of 10, it did not win. Okay, now in nowadays society, you see the Haka performed on a totally different battlefield known as a rugby field. Alright, I'll now hand it over to your chief, so Chief.
All the able-bodied men come down and learn the haka.
Able-bodied. Alright, gentlemen, forming one line on either side of your chief.
We got to stick our tongues out.
Alright, see it, just spreading that along there. Alright, gentlemen, once again, kia ora! Alright. Thank you, gentlemen, for spontaneously volunteering your services. Alright, come on, okay, say that again. Kaori! Okay, that's better. We believe where there's movement, there is life. Next command should look and sound like this. Come on! Hey! Okay, so when I say come, mate, gonna put your hands on your hips. Bend those knees, not too far so you can't get back up. Okay, and straight back. And then out a big loud, hey! Hey! Okay, that's now time to put it all together. Come on! Hey! Okay, you say hey, alright? Here we go, gentlemen. Come on! Hey! Okay, stay in there. Next command, ringa pakia, slapping your thigh. Next command, why takahia, stopping your right foot. Yeah, your right one there. Now, gentlemen, can you all repeat after me? Poo! Gunna! Poo! Gunna! Poo! Gunna! Poo! Gunna! Alright, gentlemen, what you just done there is what we like to call a pukana. Okay, take as many photos as you can, because you do not want to miss this. Alright? Here we go, gentlemen.
That sounds promising.
Come on! Hey! Now, it's a ringa paki, oh, why, takahia, stopping your right foot. Okay, just follow me and my brothers. Oi, kamate! Nete, tamyata, puhuru, na, haitiki, waka, fiti, to the sky, to your left, to the right. Now, left, right, fiti, to the side. Hey, Alright, gentlemen, okay, hopefully you enjoyed that. Ladies, hopefully you enjoyed that even more. That's just a brief insight into what this house is. Now, Chief, we're going to lead your tribe now is up to our next house, which talks about the arts and crafts of our people. So, Chief, if you'd like to lead the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, kia ora.
Kia ora.
Welcome here to the North Island. Welcome here to our Kaiserly Papua city of Te Rotorua Nui, Hakahu Matamomo, now into US Rancherua. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome amongst my people this evening. Alright, we have knowledge and history to share with you. Gentlemen, alright? The markings you see on our bodies now, you're probably looking at our faces and going, what the hell are those? Ladies and gentlemen, what you see on our warriors is what we call mataura or matakiore. What you see on our ladies is what we call kauai, chin markings. Easiest way I can explain it to you, it's equivalent to into our country, our customs, our airport, our identification card, our passport. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, you meet someone for the first time in your life, where do you look? Absolutely. You entered inside our airport, customs took your passport to see if the person that stands in front of them matches the photo they have in their hand. While my people left the safety of our fortified village, we crossed another tribe's border. We entered inside their fortified village. Only but the tribal tattoo artists would step forward. Take a look at our intricate patterns design work. From there they could tell which sub-tribe or tribe we descend from, so if we have arrived there in peace, or to sort out other tribal issues. This side of the body, ladies and gentlemen, is reserved and designated for our mother's genealogy, history, ancestry. This side dedicated to our fathers. No matter where it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you see on our faces is here, is on our faces until we leave. We live in a society today where our government are not accepting of our markings. All right. You've travelled, you've hopped on an aeroplane, you've travelled, well, you've flown over all these waters to get here to find out a bit about our culture. Non-Māori that live in our country live 10, 15 minutes down the road, don't even want to come here and find out about what's on our faces. So from the bottom of our hearts, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very, very much. Once you leave our city of Rotorua, ladies and gentlemen, culture in New Zealand, I'm afraid, stops. You are in the culture hub of New Zealand, so enjoy the rest of your time while you're in our guys' lovely city of Rotorua. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, repeat after me, hangi. Hangi. Hangi is our method of cooking that we use to cater for large numbers of people on special occasions. What we do is we take a hole or a pit, 1.5 meters wide, 1 meter deep. On top of that, we stack wood up to about yay high. On top of the wood, we place geothermal or volcanic rocks. We then burn the wood, wait for the wood to collapse, the rocks fall inside the pit. Remove the ash, leaving a pit full of hot rocks, and on top of those, we place our food baskets. First food basket is the meat, on top of that, the vegetables, and whatever else we like to add inside our meal. We cover our food with wet hessian or potato sacks, which creates the steam that cooks the food. We get the dirt that we dug out, compact it down, leave it to sit for 3.5 to 4 hours, and that's the result. 3.5 to 4 hours is quite a long time. So by the end I'm usually starving and I usually bring snacks with me. But I suppose the best part about the hangi meal for our ladies in the crowd, ladies, the men do all the cooking. So if you're ever looking to be married, come back to New Zealand, find a Māori boy. On the menu, we have riwai, white potato, kumara, sweet potato, karoti, carrot. In that bag, our homemade stuffing. We have hey chicken on that side, and reme, New Zealand succulent lamb on this side. So we have a beautiful feast prepared for you. Pai o ringa wera, your chefs, how about a round of applause? Now they're going to take your food inside, cut it up, prepare it for you buffet style. In the meantime, I'd like to take you inside my ancestral meeting house, where my family would love to entertain you. The chiefs will follow me, you follow your chiefs, please mind your step, and please stay behind the barrier. If you climb over and fall in, then we cover and we cook. Chiefs, standing following me. Everybody else, following your chiefs. Kia ora, horse. So if you could try that after each item, don't be shy. Other than that, all we want you to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy your entertainment through the world of the Māori. Kia ora! Tauruki, tauruki! Tauruki, tauruki! Tauruki, kiwi!
Now Hinemoa was a beautiful young lady. She was also a princess who resided on the eastern shores of our lake in Ōwhata. Tutanekai, a handsome young warrior who lived on the island of Makoia, situated in the middle of Lake Rotorua. Now this story tells of all the trials and tribulations they faced and indeed overcame in order to be with one another.
Find yourself feeling lost, just remember it. The pupa. That gentleman makes it look like you know what you're doing. We're going to start off with the shaking of the hands. Ladies and gentlemen, for one last time, your world famous haka, tourist style.
Come on!
We'll try it one more time.
Come on!
Big love, fuck you! Slap in the nose, all together, all the time. Right foot and toe, landing. Here we go, walk it up! Yeah! Oh, come on there, come on there!
Nah.
London?
April 4th,
English is not my first language.
2018. We're at Hobbiton.
You? I am French.
Ah, le français.
Don't worry, you'll have a lot of photos and stuff. So, first, have you recognized this path over there with the stones on the sides? It appears several times in the movies. You can see it at the beginning of The Hobbit. You have Bilbo running down the hill, going this way, yelling, "I'm going on an adventure." But you first see it at the beginning of The Lord of the Rings. You have Gandalf and Frodo arriving here on a cart carrying all the fireworks. Do you remember this scene? Yeah. Great. And in this scene, it appears like Frodo is sitting next to Gandalf. But in fact, his seat was 3 meters behind Gandalf's. So he would appear the size of a hobbit, and Gandalf would appear the size of the tall wizard that he is. That's a little camera trick called forced perspective, and it was used a lot during the movies. It was also used with the doors. So you have the yellow door over there. This is a big one. It's a 90% scale. And this one, the green one, is a 60% scale. So you put someone in front of a small door, they are a wizard. You put someone in front of a big door, they are hobbits. Quite easy. You have questions about this forced perspective? No? That's fantastic. You can all be directors now. Yay! So, what was I about? Yeah. You have several hobbit holes here, but in the whole village you have 44 houses, home to around 300 hobbits. One hobbit eats a lot. Imagine 300. You need a lot of food. That's why we have this beautiful veggie garden here. This is the biggest, but you have other small gardens all around the place. And you'll have the chance to see them. And we have an important rule here. Everything that grows is real. So all the vegetables here, 100% real.
Our first glimpse. Oh, nice.
This way, the group just let us go there.
This is great.
It's great. Lord of the Rings, you have Gandalf and Frodo arriving here on a car carrying all the fireworks.
Even a chess set.
They can't even run. But I won't do it now.
Gone fishing. And yet another house. One cuter than the next, last, whatever. And pumpkins galore. It's fall here. Nice little pond and garden. somebody's house. In the Shire. So many homes. Details, details, details. Looks like they're still living here. Hello, any mail? The birdhouses are lived in, and the laundry's on the line. A couple little cottages side by side. Could be a family, a related family, one in each. More homes. They're all over.
And they're crooked.
Ooh, this one's a little bigger. Has a thatched roof. I guess that's what you would call it. Oh, and look at bread and pastries for sale. A bridge. They're seen crossing.
Well, just take this for now. 1 second.
Looking down at the Shire. Oh, nice. All the little touches. Even teeter-totters. And what a cool tree is that. Yes, folks, here it is. Frodo's home. Great. And the tree over his house. And guess what? It's artificial. The leaves fade, they paint it every 2 years. Aren't you glad you're on a tour of the Shire? Frodo's next door neighbor.
That's cute.
Into gardening, all the pretty flowers.
Have a lot of space. So the inside was in Wellington. We actually had 2 replicas. We had a big one for Bilbo and Frodo, and a small one for Gandalf. So the scene where you have a wizard and a hobbit, they were actually not talking to each other. They were filmed independently. And at the beginning of The Hobbit, you have old Bilbo. The actor was too old to travel, so his part was filmed in London, and Gandalf was in Wellington. So they were not talking to each other. Yeah, they did quite a good job for that. For everything, actually. Then you have the bench here, quite famous as well, because you had Bilbo and Gandalf sitting there, blowing smoke rings. Do you remember this scene? Mm-hmm. Great. Well, Gandalf was not blowing a ring. Obviously, he's a wizard. He was blowing a bow. So they were doing that while watching the sunset. There's something a bit weird. Yeah, this is the east. The sun doesn't set at the east. So how did they do the sunset? They just filmed the sunrise, and when they had what they wanted, they just played it on reverse. Great sunset. They had to wake up every morning during a week at 3 a.m. because the costumes and makeup would need 2 hours. So shout out to Gandalf and Bilbo for waking up so early every day. Yeah, great job. Now you have a great look over our beautiful fake tree. Does it still appear real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite a pretty good job. A few days before filming, they had to repaint the leaves because the green had faded. They repainted all the leaves. And they actually have to do that every 2 years. So if you come back in 2 years, you'll probably have a job here. And though it appears real, when you touch it, it's squishy, so the birds are really confused when they land on it. But if they're not happy, they can move on to other trees. Everyone's happy with that. So when you're ready, please start to make your way down the hill and wait for me at the intersection. I'll meet you there.
It does.
Okay.
Now we're at Bagshot Row and the hill. Everywhere you turn, it's another home.
There's 44 of these homes.
And just all too darn cute. 44, huh?
44.
Wow. To Hobbiton.
I don't know what our one is.
And the other
Man,
side,
it's like-
oh, we're going to the Green Dragon. How nice.
So, what is your name again?
Laura.
Lore.
Yeah, like Laura, but without the A.
Yeah.
It's an E instead, but you don't pronounce the E.
Do you pronounce it in France?
No, in France it's just Laure.
No.
Laure. With the R at the end, but
So what's this barrel?
just accessory, just to decorate the place.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a photo moment.
Yeah, it is actually.
Well, we're by the mill at Hobbiton. And it's nice that you can see the mill is actually turning, and I'm sure generating flour.
We left Hobbiton behind and now we're in beautiful Auckland, New Zealand. Auckland's called the City of Sails. Lovely gardens right by the water.